Yeah, in this video, we're talking about JavaScript function. Okay, so to start that, I will create my HTML structure. Okay, then I always display my output through an element. Okay, so I do that by giving an element background color, then style it, and then whenever I do anything in JavaScript, the output will be displayed in that element through document.getElement by ID, and then set it dot a equals to dot inner html equals to the value that I want to be displayed in the browser. So what I will now do to quickly do that, I will just do it now. I'll say header one. Let me first say something like hash1. I will say I will label it output. That's how I normally do it for better illustration. Say output. Say output. Okay, let me refresh. Okay, then under this place now, what I will now do is to use I will make use of what's it called again? I will use another header one. Inside this header one is where our result will be outputted. Let me put br so it will be separated. Okay, now under the br, which is Blake, I will now put my header one hash1. Okay, then I will give it some styling. Let me just first of all give it an id. id id name of let me say hash1. Okay, then I will give it some property. I just want to give it style attribute. Style, inside the style I'll give it background. Give it background color of black. I'll give it background color of black. Say black. Black. Then the next thing I'll be giving you, I will just set the font size to let me say let me set it to 4 em. Then the next thing I will do is to let me put something. Then the next thing I will now do is to align it in the center. Say let me say test align. That's GN, and I is supposed to be here. Am I saying GN? Yeah, test align. I'm not say center. What else again? Then I will now give the test a color. Say color. Please bear with me. What I'm doing is just to create a make my this header one that I give ID header one to be able to display our output once we start creating JavaScript. I'm almost done. Say gold color. Let me just give it a gold color. Say gold. Okay. Supposed to put a colon here. Say put colon here. Okay. Now I think I'm done. Is there any other thing? I think I'm done. Let me put text inside and see what it looks like. Not here, but inside here. Okay, perfect. This is what I want. Okay. So I think I'm done with my HTML. So we'll now move to our JavaScript. So inside our JavaScript, we'll first of all how we do it. I'll first of all create a code that will be displaying that kind of link and display our output to this our inside this our what's it called header one element by targeting the ID. So use document.getElement by ID. Document.getElement, not this. So document document.get element by ID. Get element by ID. Then I'll put parentheses, put a double quote. The name of the ID is header one, which is hash1. Then dot inner HTML. Then I set it equal to. I will set it equal to our output when I've created that. So having said this, now this code here is just for our output. Okay. So let me enter. Then from this number 4, we'll start writing our JavaScript, which is JavaScript function. So to write a JavaScript function, you use a function keyword, which is function. Say function, then you write the function name that you want to use. Let's say I want to create a function that will be adding two numbers together. Let me say function. The name of it, I want to give it a sum. Sum is the name of the function. Then I will now open a curly braces. This is called a parameter in function. it's called a parameter. It accepts some arguments inside there. Then the next thing you now open, you now open a block, kind of statement block, something like this. Inside this place is where you write your statement. Statement means what you want to happen when this function is called. So let's say I want to alert, let me say I want to alert hello world when this function is clicked. So I will say something like, let me say hello, not hello, but first of all say alert. Alert is a kind of a dialog box that will pop up in the screen. Okay, if you click cancel or if you click OK, it will disappear. Okay, let me say alert. I want to give it a value of okay, let me just say alert. Let me not create variable first. Let me just use only alert. Let me say alert a string number, a string value, which is hello world. Let me use block letter for it. Alert hello world. Uh, hello world. Alert hello world. Okay, this is what our function, and then remember that our statements always end with a semicolon. Okay, having done this now, what I will now do, I will set this my inner HTML equal to the name of the function, which is sum, and then let me use a lowercase, say sum, then open our what is it called, our um open our parenthesis. So inside this place now, it's supposed to work now. Why is it not responding? It's supposed to respond. Let me refresh. It's supposed to respond. Alert hello world. Why is it not responding? This is I think there's a mistake. I'm not supposed to send alert. Alert will not supposed to appear in an element. It is a pop-up. So let me do so. Let me remove this. How do I do it now? Okay, let me just remove. Let me comment this thing out, and then just call the function. Let me just call the function. I'll still make use of it. Let me just comment it out. Okay, so what I will now do is under here, I will now say I will now call the function, which is sum, and then open the grade to. I think it's supposed to pop up now. It's supposed to pop up. It's supposed to respond. Why is it not responding? It's supposed to alert hello world. Oh geez, I think I missed something inside my HTML. I have not linked my external JavaScript. So to do that, I will just link it by saying script, then enter inside the first tag, write an attribute. If you don't know what attribute is, just watch my HTML attributes. You understand what attributes are really mean. So you say, so use source attribute, set the source attribute, enter. Then we will now write the name of our external CSS, external JavaScript file, which is index.html, index.javascript, sorry, index index.js, index.js, which is for JavaScript. You can see now is now connected. You can see the pop-up in the screen. Okay, so let me say okay. Then what I will now do, let me create this and try it again and see whether it will, but I really doubt it will work because it's not it still works. Okay, still works because I call the function inside the inner HTML, though it's not displaying the screen. But if I change this thing now, if I say something like let me see, let me make sure that this my display is working. Let me put a string inside and see whether it's displaying. Let me say something like hello. Let me see whether it will. Let me say okay. Yeah, it's undefined, which is working, which means that this is our display. Okay, we'll still come to that. So having said this now, okay. So the next thing we'll be doing is uh no, it's printing our function. This is not what we want because there's no let me put a break here so it will not print our this thing. It will not print this our code because it's seeing this print as a kind of a value that it will print out, but this is not what we want. Okay, now the next I want to say in this JavaScript is in JavaScript function is you can add your variables here inside this your function parameter, which is inside this your parameter. Let's give it a let's accept a parameter of let's say an argument of parameter, and then this thing, these two brackets here is called a parameter, and then it accepts arguments. Okay, let's add some argument. Let's say a, or you can say it accepts some parameters. So many people use those words interchangeably. So let's say we accept argument of parameter of a comma b, a and b. Okay, so inside our code, what we will now do is just like this thing is sort of a kind of creating a variable. Okay, you have created a variable a and b. Okay, so inside this place now, what we will now do is I will create this alert because I don't need it again. I've illustrated what I want to illustrate with it. The next thing I will now do to make this variable work, so I will now say something like let me say let me do it this way. Actually, I think if I do return, how will it look like now? I think the best way is to just okay. So what I will now do, I will just cut this thing and put it inside that. I'll use it as a statement. Okay, because this is Java, is this as you see it now is a statement. It's a full statement the way you see it. So what I will now do, I'll just copy it, or I'll cut it off. I'll cut it, Control X, and then push this code up. Push it up to 2. Okay, then what I will now do, I'll just paste it inside this place. Okay, this is the statement that I want to run, that I will write to run, and then remember it still have that ID, so the ID is still targeted. So what I will now do, I will just say I will set it equal to I will say think inside brackets. So I have to put it inside the what's it called, or does it really matter? I don't think it really matter. Let me just, since it's a variable, it does not matter. No need to put parentheses for writing it. What I will have to do, just say a. Let me use since we are doing sum, let me say a plus b. That's what we want to happen to this variable. So this variable now you can see is highlighted now. You can see once you mention it inside the statement, it will be highlighted, showing that it's active. So we have finished writing our what's it called, our function. So to learn this function now, what we have to do, just say sum, call the function, say sum, open open your what's it called, your parentheses. So to actually assign value to this is you will only assign value to this type of function that have a function that have a parameter. You can actually put the values if you want, but if you don't put the value here, you put the value when you want to call the function. Let's say my value is I want to give it a value of let me say 2. Then you now say comma 2 and 4. You just sum it up and give you the answer. Okay, the reason why it does that is that this 2 now is representing this a, and then this 4 is representing this b. Okay, so whenever you call the function, you automatically assign these values to this variable, to this parameters, this argument here. It automatically 2 is automatically assigned to a, then 4 is automatically assigned to b. Okay, so and then inside the statement it will execute this function, this statement. Let's remember to put our semicolon. This is the best practice. Okay, then it will execute this statement where our a and b is summed up. If you put arithmetic here now, the asterisk, say I put asterisk here now, it will do the asterisk work, which is 2 times 4. Then if you put module, I think this is the modules, it will do the work as well. Then if you put something like exponents, it will still do it. Okay, it will still do it. So this is how this is a simple quick explanation to JavaScript function. Just note that you can actually create your own variable within the statement and then execute it without putting this parameter, or you can just put your parameter here. You can put your parameter and parameters value argument, and then when you want to call the function, you now input the value. So what I want to do now, let me just clear this thing now. Let me now actually let me just kind of remove these ones. The function is always being called the way I set it. So what I will now do is I will clear this one, this parameter. Let me illustrate how to use how to use only variable, and how to use variables to how to use variables inside our statements instead of putting it inside our parameter. So what I will now do, I will just come down here and say let's say var let me say var b var b is equal to, let me set it equal to 3, then create another variable and then say var, and say another var, let me say something like var c, variable c is equal to 4. Then the next thing I will now do, I will now create another variable called inside another variable, say var, since we are doing sum, let's just use the sum word. It's called a variable sum. Sum, let me set it equal to the, let me set it equal, then let it do the arithmetic. So I will now do put the b and c. I will say b plus c. Let me say b plus c. B plus c. Okay. Let me space. Let me just give it, space it out. Not this way, but the other way around. Let me do it this way. Let me put the plus sign here. So what I will now do, instead of doing this a b plus c here, what I will now do, since I have assigned it to this variable which is sum, I will now put sum here direct. Say sum, it will just print out the results in the screen. You can see the results. You can see that. So that is how to use create a variable inside a function um, and then make use of it in a statement. It still works the same thing. Or you can actually put the, use a parameter, just put the arguments. Then when you want to call the function, then you now input your values that will be assigned to those arguments you provided in the parameters. Okay, so having said this, I think I have nailed function, JavaScript function. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you in the next video.